The first space race never really ended. These are annual orbital launch attempts, public and private. From 1957 to 2025, Sputnik opened the space age with the first artificial satellite, and the first annual board was already a contest. This race counts attempts, not just victories. So the American Vanguard explosion belongs beside the launches that reached orbit. Explorer 1 finally carried the United States into orbit and discovered the radiation belt surrounding Earth. Then the American program accelerated. Reconnaissance, weather, communications, and lunar missions pushed its annual launch count ahead. In 1967, the Soviet Union took the annual lead back and never surrendered it during the Cold War. America concentrated enormous effort on Apollo, culminating when Apollo 11 carried the first people to the moon. But prestige and launch volume are different things. The Soviet program was firing far more missions across many parallel systems. By the early 1970s, the red bar was near 90 attempts a year, while the American cadence fell sharply. Launch became routine infrastructure for the Soviet Union. Soyuz crews, Progress cargo, navigation, weather, and reconnaissance flew in steady streams. The Progress family shown here kept supplying orbital stations for decades. The total crossed 100 attempts, then peaked at 108 in 1982. Far below, new launch powers were arriving. Europe introduced Ariane, while Japan, China, and India built independent access to orbit. And in 1981, Columbia opened the shuttle era, promising that a reusable spacecraft could change how often America flew. The shuttle became America's central launch system, even as the Challenger disaster stopped flights for nearly 3 years. The Soviet answer was Buran. It flew one flawless, uncrewed orbital mission, then appeared atop the An-225 in Paris the next year. It never launched again. Mir would outlive the Soviet Union, but the national launch total was sliding. As the Russian tricolor rose in Moscow in 1991, the country itself disappeared from the board. Russia entered as a new row the next year with 55 attempts, still first, but barely half the Soviet peak. The 1990s turned national rocket programs into a global launch market. Russia sold Proton and Soyuz flights abroad, while the United States moved back into the annual lead. Europe's Ariane 4 became a commercial workhorse and lifted Europe's total to 16 attempts in 1999. That same year, Sea Launch began firing Zenit rockets from a converted ocean platform, a multinational row that fits no single flag. The lead now bounced between Russia and the United States, but a third bar was gathering speed. China launched Yang Liwei aboard Shenzhou 5 in 2003, becoming the third nation to send people to orbit independently. India, Japan, and Europe also expanded their launch families, turning the old two-country race into a crowded field. Then Falcon 1 reached orbit in 2008, a small private rocket that signaled a much larger commercial reset ahead. At first, Russia still led, while China and the United States traded places just behind it. Falcon 9 changed the rhythm by landing an orbital-class booster in 2015, then flying one again in 2017. The United States and China tied at 22 attempts in 2016, as Russia slipped a third. 2 years later, China nearly doubled its cadence, reached 39 attempts, and took the annual crown. China led through 2021, while Falcon 9 and Starlink built a new American launch tempo. The United States retook first in 2022, then accelerated beyond every Cold War peak. Electron made New Zealand a regular launch power, while China also set a national record. In 2025, the catalog counts 329 government and commercial attempts together. The race had multiplied. Thanks for watching. Comment what you want to see next, and subscribe for more rankings.